Hi guys, so today I thought I'd do just a short quick video showing you how I save money on my food bill. Today's Friday and every Friday I always get an Asda delivery. So what I do is I tend to cook anything that I've got left over from last week or the week before. Because some stuff lasts 2 weeks, you know. Today I had a really manky cauliflower. It came manky. Cut all the bits off and I've made that into cauliflower cheese. I'll probably put that in the freezer and make my own cauliflower cheese. I don't buy it from the shop, so much more expensive. Tonight we're just having like a curried rice recipe with a bit of smoked haddock. I've done some cabbage to go with it because again the cabbage was looking manky, but instead of chucking it I just cut all the manky leaves off and inside it was really nice. So I've cut that up, gonna have that for dinner. Another thing I've done today is I've made soup. I made leek and potato soup. So I had a packet of leeks, they were on special offer for £1, massive big bag from Asda, and they were getting a bit past it. They needed using. The cauliflower cheese, I worked it out as £1.73. The cauliflower was 95p, the milk was 28p and the cheese was 50p. I used a little bit of flour and butter as well. The leek and potato soup, so the leeks cost me £1, the potatoes cost me 60p, stock cube 3p, so the total for that was £1.63. So I like making soup because it's really cheap. You can put anything in it. I'm really lucky my little boy likes it. So we'll have it for lunch today, lunch tomorrow, and then as tea time on Sunday, because we'll have a big Sunday dinner. So we'll just have something smaller at night. Roughly worked out, I wanted 9 portions. I don't think I'll get 9 portions out of it. We'll see, I might thin it out with a bit of cream or... Anyway, so the leek and potato soup cost me £1.63 and I got 5 400-gram tins out of that soup. This will just go in the fridge once it's cooled down. Make your own soup. Any old veg that needs using up, chuck it in a soup. Another thing I like to do on Friday is I like to bake as well. So today I made some Welsh cakes and my little boy and my dad absolutely love them. And they're so easy to do. Welsh cakes are really expensive. They're like £1 for 6. I saw when I was looking at different prices to see how cheap I could find Welsh cakes, because I like to see how much you buy them for and how much you can make. Somebody on eBay was selling 18 Welsh cakes for £10. Now they looked absolutely amazing and I'm all for supporting businesses, so if you want to and you have the money, go ahead and buy them. But these cost me 95p, the whole batch, and I've cooked half of that. It made 500 grams, just over 500 grams, so I've got roughly about 250 grams, and that made 14 Welsh cakes for me, so that I can get 28 Welsh cakes out of 500 grams. Now when you make the mixture, you can keep it in the fridge, you can freeze it, make the Welsh cakes and freeze them before cooking them. Mine never lasts that long, so I made 14. I've got 8 up here. I sent 6 to my dad with my little boy, and they've gone. And now I've only got 6 left in here because they came up for 2 more. So that works out 3p each. I learned how to make Welsh cakes, and they're not going to look perfect. It doesn't matter. They taste amazing though. A lot of you know now that I have my own allotment and I grow my own veg, and I've had the allotment for 4 years now, and every year I've tried to grow a little bit more. It helps reduce my food bills. So I thought I'd show you some of the things that I'm growing. So the carrots, they just stay in the ground usually until they're ready. But my little boy came with me, he's very impatient and he wanted pull, so I let him pull 3. Cucumbers, I did have 4 but I gave 2 to my neighbours. I've got 3 cucumber plants and I've got cucumbers coming out my ears at the moment. I know they look like chilies, but these are actually sweet peppers. They haven't done very well this year. I don't know if it was the seed or what, but there's hardly any pepper and they're just full of seeds. But I'm not moaning. These will stay out because they'll go in the Chinese that I'm having tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm doing fake away. That's another way to save money don't buy takeaway. This is a patty pan, so it's a bit like a courgette. My courgettes this year have been rubbish, and I'm really glad actually, because there's a lot of thing about people being poisoned by them, because the plants get stressed and cause a toxin and they give you a really bad belly, and some people have even ended up in hospital. Slice it, fry it, gorgeous. That also just stays in the fridge like that. If I have too many, then I cut them up and freeze them. Another thing that I've got loads of at the moment is beans. Beans, glorious beans. This is the yellow bean, and it's mixed between a French bean and a runner bean, so they're long and thin, no strings. Chop them up, freeze them. I don't blanch them or anything like that, I just stick them straight in the freezer. French beans, top and tail them, leave them whole. Again, chuck them straight in the freezer. These are runner beans. I grow runner beans for the beans inside, the white beans. But my dad absolutely loves the runner beans, so when they're little, I pick them for him. Top and tail them. I take the string out because it doesn't matter how little they are, they've always got string in them. And I chop them up for him. That little bean harvest, there's like 855 grams there, so just under a kilo. Fresh trimmed French beans cost £1.20 for 180 grams, something like that. So I've got roughly 2 packs there. So that alone is over £2, £2.50 saving. And they're organic. I don't use any pesticides or chemicals or anything like that on my plot. Don't even use slug pellets. If I do, they're the environmentally friendly ones, obviously, because the kids go in there. Another thing I grow is corn on the cob. My little boy loves it. My niece and nephew love it. They're my little sweet corn monsters. So that's from 8 cobs. And this year it's doing really well, and I planted about 70 plants, and I think each plant has got either 2 or 3 cobs on it. That's another tip that I do. I freeze everything. Everything. I freeze it. Nothing goes to waste. I freeze it. Or turn it into soup. This takes a lot of time. So growing your own fruit and veg, I don't mind the digging. I don't mind getting the soil ready. I don't mind planting the seeds. I don't mind putting the plants out when they're ready, feeding them, watering them. Don't mind. All of that, don't mind. But prepping them, oh my goodness, it's a nightmare. And just this little bit, and then these 3 bags of beans and that sweet corn, and washing them all and putting them away, that took me 45 minutes. So it just shows we do pay a lot of money for convenience, but I wouldn't have it any other way. This helps my mental well-being. I love my allotment. When I bring this stuff home, I always jot down on a piece of paper. Not always, sometimes forget, but most of the time I jot down what I've got. So I've got here now, that's 16 portions of sweet corn there, 855 grams of beans, cucumbers, you know, just this little bit here now saved me £10. Obviously I won't get this all year round, I don't grow it all year round, but what I'm hoping to do every year, grow a little bit more, so maybe it can last me. And this is why I freeze this stuff now, because I can't eat all this now, and I don't want to. I like to eat from my plot all year round if I can, and that is my ultimate goal. I'll never be self-sufficient, never, but you can be a bit self-reliant. I grow a lot of my own herbs, so I don't have to spend much money on them, and then I dry them, freeze them, whatever, they last all year round. And I've done a meal plan for the weekend. So this morning we had toast, for lunch we had soup, then this evening I'm doing like a curried rice with smoked haddock. I've got some cabbage and leek chopped up to have vegetables on the side. My dad always laughs at me whenever I'm cooking with meat or fish or anything, because he always says I just give it a hint. I can't actually call a chicken curry a chicken curry, it's more like a curry with a hint of chicken, because I never put that much meat in it. But it's expensive, and that's the way I do it. So tomorrow we'll have, on a weekend I like to do pancakes for us, so I make a big batch, really cheap. Even if you buy a batter mix from the supermarket, which is, I don't know, 20p, and you add an egg and some water, really cheap breakfast. Lunch will be soup, and then tomorrow night I'm making my fakeaway. First we're having Chinese. I'll do noodles, stir-fried noodles with bean sprouts and onions. Then I'll do a stir-fried vegetable as a side, and then I get battered or the breadcrumbs chicken strip. You can use any chicken nuggets. And then I make a honey and soy sauce dressing to go over it. It's been really fun to have these fakeaways, so that's another thing I do to keep my meal budget down. Sunday now, again, Sunday morning we'll have pancakes. Sunday lunch this week is going to be a lamb shank. I got it from Asda as a substitute. So one lamb shank between the three of us, but I'll just do extra veg, and I've picked some apples. I'll make an apple crumble for pudding to go with that, so that'll make it quite nice and filling. And then our evening meal will just be some more soup. So these are just little things that I do to keep my food budget down. Right, my battery's going flat, so I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'll see you soon. Bye.